Hey folks, Levi here once again. Welcome back to another video. I hope y'all enjoyed my channel update. And now, since we're going to start getting into the superhero marathon on my channel, we're going to start with the Superman franchise. Yes, with some reviews, thoughts on videos and stuff. At least one TV show collection video, I think, or no, sorry, 3 TV show collection videos and some of the seasons and talking about the movies. But anyway, to get started with the Superman franchise today, the way I want to start it is this video is going to be called My History with Superman. I got this idea from a guy named Fabio, the Italian Stallion 51, awesome channel, by the way, check him out. Fabio, the Italian Stallion 51. He does this stuff on his channel where he does his history with like some people like he's done Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal, and I thought it would be cool to maybe try to do this with a fictional character, because Superman is a fictional character, but not a real person. But in this video, I'm going to talk about my history of Superman, how I became a fan. But before I do that, I'll talk about Superman's history, how he came to be in the comics. I don't know too much about the comics. I'll admit I've never read a Superman comic book before in my life. But I'll talk about how I became how I became a fan of the character and why I'm a Superman fan, basically, and why I, think Superman is one of the best superheroes out there, and why I'm a Superman fan. But anyway, let's get into that. Okay, let's just get into that. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. It's different. And like I said on this channel with these new set of reviews, these next set of videos, I want to try some different videos, and this will be the first one basically. But I've been wanting to do different videos for a while. So, alright, anyway, here we go. And of course, Superman is based off of DC Comics. He was created by Jerry Siegel and artist Joe Shuster. Yeah, there is Jerry Siegel. Yeah. Him and Shuster began working for DC Comics, then known as National Allied Publications, in 1935. Siegel's writing career there was interrupted when June 1943, when he was conscripted into the Army. Now, back in that time, I think in the 40s, this is when they were starting out with the comics. And back in that time, you would have to go to the Army. I think, well, now you have a choice, but I think back in the 1940s, you would have to go to the military. You really had no choice but to serve your country. After his discharge, he sued DC Comics for the rights to Superman and Superboy. Was constantly given no more freelance work from the publisher. But him and Joe Shuster, their idea of Superman, I think they said that they grew up with, and that's Joe Shuster. Yeah. Siegel and Shuster created a bold, telepathic villain, then on dominating the world as a title character in the short story The Reign of Superman. The Reign of the Superman. Eventually, Siegel reused the Superman for a new character that became the most famous superhero of all time. They said that their inspirations, I think they grew up like watching certain movies and certain adventures that strong men, and they were influenced by Superman. For the inspiration for Superman, they got it from Hercules, the Greek strong god, Hercules, and also sorry, I'm showing my muscle off, but I'm not that muscly, but and they got inspiration from Samson, from the Bible, in the Book of Judges, by the way. Yeah, that's where they got inspiration from to create the character. And molded his character as the alter ego Clark Kent. Now, Clark Kent is the alter ego of Superman. He's got the glasses on. He works for the Daily Planet. I think it was, his name was from Clark Gable and Kent Taylor. Those lines was modeled on June Carter. I think before the Daily Planet, it was the Daily, not Sentinel, the Daily Star, I think it might have been. They also changed Jimmy White's name. It wasn't Jimmy White. Perry White. Okay, well, I'm forgetting the character's name. Sorry. Okay, yes, I'm right. It was the Daily Star newspaper, named by Schuster, but the comic strip received international disparate, but the company apparently changed the name to the Daily Planet, which is, of course, a better name. Yeah. But Superman first appeared in Action Comics book number 1, cover date June 1938, which was on, April 18th, 1938. Superman had been adapted to a number of other media, including radio, series, novels, movies, television shows, and theater since then. Yeah. And of course he's been in the Justice League. Of course, Superman's history. Superman was born with... Okay, for those of you who don't, I'll read it here. Superman was born on the planet Krypton and was given the name Kal-El at birth. As a baby, his parents sent him to Earth in a small spaceship moments before Krypton was destroyed and natural cataclysm, Krypton blew up, was destroyed. So the ship went to the American countryside near the fictional town of Smallville. He was found and adopted by foremost Jonathan and Martha Kent, who named him Clark Kent. Clark developed very superhuman abilities, which Superman's powers come from the sun, giving him powers like Superman has super strength, stamina, agility. He has heat vision, X-ray vision, freeze breath. He decided to become as a vigilante. Well, I wouldn't say Superman is a vigilante. No. Superman is basically trying to fight for truth, justice, and the American way. Clark Kent resides in the official American city of Metropolis, where Superman works where he works for the Daily Planet. Supporting characters includes Lois Lane, photographer Jimmy Olsen, and editor-in-chief Perry White. Superman has a central rogues gallery, with his arch enemy best being Lex Luthor, I think in the comics at first. Basically, he's Superman's greatest enemy, and he's bald-headed, but he's Superman's greatest enemy. He doesn't have any powers, but he's a genius. Lex Luthor is a scientist, was in the comics, but he's a business tycoon. He pretty much nearly owns everything in Metropolis. He has Lex Corp, and Lex always plans to do his evil stuff. He's always able to trick people and that he's a good person, but he's really not. He's really an evil person. But in the comics, him and Superman were friends, and apparently there was an accident that happened of him losing his hair, and he blamed Superman on it, because Superman wasn't on the time to save him, so he gets really angry at him, holds a grudge for it, and they become enemies. So, and as Lex Luthor will try to destroy Metropolis or do something evil, Superman always has to stop him. So, And of course, Luthor has an ego. He believes he's entitled to both popularity and power. And he's also jealous of Superman. He really hates him. The goal eventually rises to over Earth and possibly universal domination. Luthor's other defining trait is his obsession to destroy. He wants to destroy Superman and humiliate the alien hero, either by displaying his own superiority and achieving victory without the benefit of superpowers, or to prove the man still is motivated by selfish desire rather than altruism. Many times, Luthor has claimed he could create a better way for the life of the entire human race if not Superman's interference with his work. He has even argued with the man of tomorrow's presence not only invites danger, it actually encourages human society not to drive with greatness because a powerful alien. Sorry for being so fast. At times, Lex has been shown evidence that Clark Kent is Superman, but he denies this possibility. And I never imagine a man such power spending half his time pretending to be average, since in his mind, there's a possibility to be too humiliated to bear. Luthor cannot bring himself to believe Superman is truly autistic and deeply cares about a kind that he's enabled. Yeah. And he also has an exosuit, like a war suit, which he can take on Superman. And Superman also has a weakness, which is from Krypton, and that is called Kryptonite. You know, there's many different forms. The green Kryptonite will basically kill Superman. It will weaken him. You know, it's kind of like if you just stabbed him with Kryptonite, you could kill him, you could hurt him. Red Kryptonite just takes away his inabilities, his inhibitions. It just makes him evil, okay? Blue Kryptonite just takes away his powers, makes him normal just like the rest of us, you know. And Silver Kryptonite can just make him very suspicious and, you know, what the heck is going on? Is somebody trying to attack me? And Black Kryptonite is like, it brings another ego out of Superman, basically an evil personality out of him. Yeah. You see, I've seen these forms of Kryptonite, you know, in Smallville, so, yeah. Although Superman was not the first superhero character, he thought that was the superheroes are judged by how closely they resemble the standards set by Superman. He was the best-selling superhero character in American comic books into the 1980s. Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster met in 1932 and attended Cleveland High School. They bonded over the imagination of fiction. Siegel aspired to become a writer, and Shuster inspired to become an illustrator. They wrote a science fiction story, or Siegel did, science fiction, The Advanced Guard of Future. The Reign of Superman, which was a short story written by Jerry Siegel. I know they got the rights taken away from them and stuff, but you know what? If it wasn't for these guys, we wouldn't have had Superman. So, and you know, Superman. I think I might be wrong, but instead of flying for the first time, I think Superman would just leap off buildings. You know. That's when he first started out. And I don't think he had a costume yet. Yeah. You can read about more of their history as well. The character became an alien from the planet Krypton. That's where Superman is from. And of course, you know, you see that's a picture of Clark Kent and his old ego Superman. Yeah. Yeah. The influence were Pulp Fiction, Science and Adventure magazines. Was John Carter Morris. John Carter is a human who transported Morris. Yeah. Look at the John Carter movie. Another influence was Gladiator. The Superman stance and devil-may-care attitude were influenced by the characters of Douglas Fairbanks, who starred in adventure films like The Mark of Zorro and Robin Hood. Popeye cartoons were also an influence for Superman. Yeah. Clark Kent's homeless suicide and dual identity were inspired by taking such movies as Don DeVito in The Mark of Zorro and Sarah Clickley in Scarlet. Okay, I can't say it right. Yeah. The love triangle between Lois Lane, Clark, and Superman was inspired by Siegel's own awkwardness with girls. Shuster taught himself to draw by tracing over the art in his strips and magazines they collect. As a boy, Shuster was interested in fitness culture. The visual design of Superman came from the multiple influences. Yeah. with Superman getting popular in the comics, they also had Superman fight the war, being the War and Hope fight. And he also appeared in stories like with other DC characters like Batman and Wonder Woman. Superman has sold more comics over his public history than any other American superhero character. As that sales figures for the early days of Superman comic books are hard to find because I believe, that first Superman comic book, I'm sure it cost a lot of, maybe more than $1,000. I don't know, but I know it costs a bit of money. You have newspaper strips. Superman also has a cousin named Supergirl, Cars as well. Mort Wisner was the editor of Superman comics from 1941 to 1917. His tenure briefly interrupted by military service. Siegel and his fellow writers had developed the character with little thought of building constant mythology, but the number of Superman titles and the polar writers wrote demanded more as a more disciplined approach. Wisner assigned by story ideas the logic of Superman powers, his origin, his location, his relationship with growing cast of supporting characters, elements such as Bizarro, Superman villain, Supergirl, his cousin, the Phantom Zone, which is in Krypton, that's their prison, basically, the Phantom Zone, and the Force of Solitude, which is like Superman's home. Eternal Varieties of Kryptonite, Robot, Doppelgangers, and Krypto, which is Superman's dog. Like I said, there's Green Kryptonite, Red Kryptonite, I've already mentioned. Anti-Kryptonite. Okay, I was just reading about it. Well, they have all kinds of Kryptonite, which, like I said, is Superman's weakness. And of course, they have merchandising for Superman. During World War II, Superman was used to support the war effort. Action Comics and Superman carried messages from urging readers to buy war bonds and particularly on scrap divers. I think they had Superman lunchboxes, Superman cups, a lot of that back in the day. The first appearance of Superman was The Adventures of Superman, which ran from 1940 to 1951. I believe that was George Reeves. And on stage they had a musical, It's a Bird is playing as Superman. And in film, the cartoon shorts, the Fleischer cartoons. And of course, the first live-action adaptation of Superman was a movie released in 1948, which I've never seen. Of course, you had Superman the Mole Man, where Superman was played by George Reeves. And he played in the show, The Adventures of Superman. And then, of course, you had the Superman films, the Superman the movie, by that starred Christopher Reeve and directed by Richard Donner. Yeah. It was the first big budget superhero movie. As it says, probably paved the way for later superhero movies like Batman '89 and Spider-Man 2002. The 1978 movie spawned 4 sequels: Superman 2, and there's also Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut, and there's also Superman 3, Superman for the Quest for Peace, and Superman Returns, and of course Man of Steel. And of course Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, and Justice League, the 2017 film. George Reeves was the first one to actually be the first actor to play Superman in live action. You have Superboy, which I've never seen, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, Superman played by Dean Cain, Terry Hatcher playing Lois Lane. Smallville is basically about Clark's life prior to becoming Superman. You see him spending his 10 years, his years, from his high school years in Smallville to his life in Metropolis. Clark engages in heroics in the show, but he doesn't wear a costume, nor does he call himself Superboy. Rather, he believes in misdirection and blinding his speech while being recognized. Yeah, and he's played by Tom Welling. And then you have Superman the Animated Series, which was from 1996. Yeah, and of course you have Justice League Unlimited. Tim Daly voiced Superman in the animated series, which other ones in Batman Beyond you had Christopher McDonald, and in Justice League you had George Newbern. But to me, Tim Daly, for me, he is the voice of Superman. Just like Christopher Reeve is the best Superman. To me, the voice of Superman is Tim Daly, like Kevin Conroy is the voice of Batman. Superman has appearances with direct-to-video animated movies, including his own movies. You had the Injustice video games, which I played, where Superman turns evil. And then Superman Returns, based off of the movie. What I remember about playing the Superman Returns video game, I used to play that a couple times. I remember that was fun but difficult. I remember first as Superman, you get to fly, you get to have all his powers, you can do super speed through Metropolis, you can fly real fast. Yeah. Also remember in the game, the only things I remember fighting were Bizarro and Metallo, and I think Mr. Polic. Well, you have to say his name better, but I can't say his name at all. Yeah. Well, real quick, I would like to just read the let's see. I should have looked this up before I did, and I'm sorry. Yeah, and Superman, of course, these are some of Superman's enemies. His villain, his rogue gallery. Well, he's got quite a few. Like I said, Bizarro. It's like another version of Superman named Bizarro, who Bizarro is almost like a child. He doesn't know what he's doing wrong. He destroys things, he hurts things. He's not very smart up in here, Brainiac, who I think Brainiac was also responsible for destroying Krypton. I don't know if it comes directly, but Brainiac is an alien, well, a robot basically, that he collects planets and destroys worlds. He collects worlds by killing, the planet, or killing anybody who lives there. Bruno Mayhem, a gangster. The cyborg Superman, who's named Hank Henshaw. Yeah. Then you have Darkseid, who is the dictator of the planet Apocalypse, who wants to, basically he takes over worlds himself. He, is basically Darkseid sees himself as a god, and tries to take over worlds, and he tries to destroy Metropolis, and Superman, of course, has to stop him, But, he's a very tough villain. And you have Doomsday, which I believe Doomsday was the creature who killed Superman in the Titanic battle. He's, I think, the only villain to really ever kill Superman in a fight. Sorry. And Doomsday is all about destruction and violence. The only thing he really does is kill and kill, Thor, who's a man-hater and a Kryptonian. I believe he's also the wife of General Zod. General Zod, Neo before Zod, Zod who lived on Krypton, betrayed Krypton, and now wants to take over Earth, or just, I don't know necessarily he wants to rebuild Krypton. I think he just wants to take over the Earth, like in Superman 2. I don't know if the comics God wants to do that, take over the Earth, and of course Superman can't let him do that, so, because that makes them enemies, so. And of course, we already talked about Lex Luthor, who he doesn't have any powers, but he's very smart. He's pretty much a genius, an evil genius. Like I said, Superman's extremely. He continues to play different roles in both Superman comics and media. In his classic Silver Age incarnation, Lex Luthor and Superman were once friends. A lab accident indirectly caused by Superman, and then Superboy caused Lex's hair to fall away. The event caused Luthor to snap and become a dangerous criminal who plots the destruction of Superman. Also, that friendship from the comics that would inspire Smallville as well, for causing Lex to be friends in the show. Lobo, who's a bounty hunter who hunts other alien races, who comes down to Earth to hunt Superman down. Metallo, who is a mercenary named John Corbin, who is transformed into a cyborg, and like for right here, he has a heart, which is a green Kryptonite heart, so when he turns that Kryptonite heart on, or has it towards Superman, it weakens Superman, and he's able to beat up Superman, so, Mongol, I've only seen this character I know he was in Justice League, the animated series, where he fought Superman, but also Superman Returns. I remember playing that video game. Mongol is the world of this planet world, is a warlord, and Superman has to take him on. Morgan Edge, who I remember from Smallville, played by late Robert Howard. Yeah. And Mr. and Miss Pillick. And from the Fifth Dimension, where he tries to play tricks on Superman just for his own amusement. And then you have Parasite, who is, of course, I call him Rudy Jones. He's a Star Labs janitor. He's been, basically, in other versions of Parasite, he ends up getting into this accident, which gives him these powers, and Parasite's ability is that he can, he can drain people from their energy out, like grab your energy. But when he touches Superman, he becomes very powerful. He gets Superman's powers, and Superman becomes very weak. And he can't really fight Parasite, so he has to figure out how to beat him half the time, because if he touches him, he'll take his powers. I guess Solomon Grundy too. Solomon Grundy, I thought he was the enemy of Batman, but oh well. And then Toyman, who doesn't have any powers, but he creates toys and devices to blow up stuff, even attack people or commit crime and all that stuff, and Superman has to stop him. And sometimes Toyman can come up with some toys to even attack Superman with, or Superman has to go fly and save somebody from his attacks. So, Ultraman, I just remember him from his name counterpart of Superman, but he was also one of Clark in Smallville. Basically, he uses powers for evil. He's just basically evil. I don't know if it was real, all I remember his name was Clark Luthor. He's pretty much raised by Lex Luthor, Lex Luthor's father, Yeah. But now, I'm sorry, we're 28 minutes in. Okay. Well, how I became a fan of Superman. Okay. Now we'll talk about how I got into them. Merry Christmas! I'm sorry, I never noticed that ever since I had my Darth Vader cup here, which I always use for my videos. How I became a Superman fan? Well, I became a fan of the character, how I became a fan. I think I became known of him from, like, Justice League, the animated cartoon, some of the animated cartoons, and, when I was little, at my grandma's house, we watched VHS movies and stuff. She had a little VHS in there, we used to watch movies, and I remember watching, Superman 3. Now, this was before I saw any of the Christopher Reeve Superman films. Superman 3, I also remember, seeing Superman 2 when I was a kid. Watched some of that when I was little as well. Because I think the first part I remember ever seeing from Superman 2 was when, the original version, not the Donner cut. where Superman, of course, shook his hand and crushed Zod's hand. I remember that scene, seeing Superman 2 when I was a kid. I'm watching Superman 3 quite a bit. I know a lot of people like Superman 3. I love Superman 3. Still, that's just me, though. And then eventually, sometime though, I did eventually watch Superman the movie on TV. It was a great experience. It was like being in a movie theater for me. Just watching Superman the movie for the first time. Let me get on that for. Superman the movie is fantastic in my opinion. It's a classic. In my opinion, it's probably the best superhero movie we've all done. Because if it wasn't for Superman the movie, I don't think we would have gotten all these other superhero films like Captain America, Iron Man, a lot of other characters, because of Superman the movie, and because of what Richard Donner did, which I believe also Bryan Singer, Christopher Nolan, they're fans of Richard Donner, I believe. And Donner, Richard Donner, who made Superman, Christopher Reeve, of course. To me, Christopher Reeve is Superman. He will always be Superman. I don't want to think about him too much because, it's just too sad to think about Christopher Reeve and the way he passed away. When he got into his horse accident and trying to fight to walk again, but Christopher Reeve, I don't really never, he was a Superman in real life because he never gave up. He helped others out. Even before his accidents, he would help people. He would do things for people. I think he was a very nice man, a very good guy in real life, probably a good friend that a guy that you want to be friends with in real life. And even he helped people out in wheelchair, people that were special needs and stuff that lived in wheelchairs. He tried to help people out that had paralysis like him. He directed some movies and he was also in some movies, but he kept fighting. I remember Christopher Reeve saying this in his own words in interviews, like, I'm not going to be in the wheelchair for the rest of my life. I'm not going to be paralyzed. I'm going to walk again. I remember he could move his finger, and him saying, I want to walk again. And that really, it was encouraging to watch that he never gave up. And even though he sadly passed away, to me he will always be Superman. But like Superman the movie, for me, it's the reason that we have superhero movies today. Like, of course you have, Batman got his own film, Spider-Man got his own film, you had The Shadow, you had Dick Tracy, you can just, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Captain Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy, the Avengers, all these characters that got their own movies, which, some have been great, some have been, really terrible. But it's because of Superman the movie is the reason that we have superhero movies, and the reason they were able to continue. Because of Superman the movie, because that was so popular, when it came out. It was such a success that, of course, they started coming out with superhero movies, left and right. And the only one I think in the 80s that was the best one was Flash Gordon, in my opinion. And then the Punisher with Dolph Lundgren, but then you have some of the movies of the 80s that were probably not good, and then some of the 90s, which I liked in the 90s, some I didn't love, but remember you had Batman 89, which also Batman Tim Burton, who I'm sure, some people that directed superhero films as well, they were inspired by Tim Burton as well. I'm sure they were, and Richard Donner, of how to do a superhero film right. Now for me, I just want to get off topic here for a little bit. The way superhero movies, I think, should be done is, sometimes superhero movies are long, right? Well, Superman the movie is long. It's a long movie, and it takes a while for Superman to come into the picture, but you know what? I was invested in the character of Clark Kent and Superman. As long as I'm invested in the character, and I care about the other characters, and I care about the story, and you have my attention, then I'm suckered. For a superhero movie, it needs to have good writing and the direction needs to work. You also have to have the lead to be good. We have to care about the lead. The lead character, the lead hero. We have to be behind them, And you also have to have a good villain for them to go up against. But you need to be a story that we gotta be. For me, I gotta be invested in the character, or sometimes if it's like the Avengers or Justice League, you gotta be invested in the characters. That's what I think you should be invested. You should be invested in the story. But again, if they don't have a good story, they do a lame job with, which some comic book films, some of them have done lame jobs with the main heroes, either because it's lazy writing or they just don't care. And if they don't care, the film has a lame story, I'm not invested in the character. If the story's not investable and the film is just have bad writing, if the writing sucks, if it's not good, then you lost me. You also have to have a good love interest. You also have to have a good villain, or villains, and you have to have a good story, That's what makes a superhero film work for me. If you don't have none of that, then a superhero movie will not work at all. And it should never be rushed into production, so let's take your time with it. And I don't think a superhero movie should be realistic, but that's just my opinion. Because superheroes are, all of them are from comics. Comic strips or comic books, and realistic, no. Again, I don't want to get off topic of, what I think I'm talking about, but it's a difference. So we're talking about Superman. That'll be for another topic for another video, so, but anyway. That's what I think what makes a good superhero film, in my opinion. And also, sorry, I know we're 36 minutes in. Also, seeing Superman the movie. I used to watch Smallville when I was in middle school a couple of times, and eventually I was able to, because of my job at Goodwill when I used to work there, I was able to buy all the seasons. All the 10 seasons of them. And of course I watched Supergirl on Netflix, the TV show. I've never seen the movie with Helen Slater. I heard it was bad, but I've never seen it, so I can't comment on that. Never seen it before, but I've seen the TV show. The TV show, Supergirl, season 1 was great, and season 2 I like, but I don't know, honestly, season 2, 3, 4, and 5 have just been, Supergirl's just going downhill for me. And I'll talk about why when I talk about that someday down the road for Supergirl. But in some anime movies, I remember watching Superman Bringing Attacks when I was a kid. So, yeah. Those were pretty much how I got into Superman. How I became a fan of the character, and then eventually I did get the Superman films. I saw Superman 4 for the first time, and not good. Superman 4, of course, for peace I'm talking about. Superman Returns, I do own on DVD. I've always been mixed on it. I don't know if I really hate it or love it. Maybe I will love it. I don't know. Because I am going to rewatch it, eventually, for a review. But Superman Returns I got because, it was the movie came out in 2006, so what I remember is at my grandparents' house, my grandmother's house, we have Christmas there every year, but when we did back in 2006 when I was in school, they used to give us presents all the time for Christmas time, and one of my family members bought me Superman Returns, and of course, now I'm not going to say, oh no, you shouldn't buy me that, and I'm like, no. When your family buys you a gift, you should accept it, and take it, and not be like, oh, take it back, no, you don't be like that. I'm not like that. So, but, yeah, that's why I keep Superman Returns, because family bought it for me, so that's why I keep it, It was from family, so, But, and I watched the movie for the first time Christmas Eve night. So, Man of Steel, which I saw that in the movie theaters, and I still like it. I think, for me, the movie Man of Steel showed that Superman isn't perfect. Superman can't save everyone. Even in Lois and Clark, the new Adventures of Superman, Dean Cain's Superman, Clark Kent said, Superman can't save everyone, okay? Superman is not perfect. There's a side to Superman that feels like he's an outcast, because he's an alien. He feels like he doesn't belong here. He's not perfect. I know people say Superman is boring. He's not, he's so perfect. I'm like, he didn't ask for these powers. He was just born with them. Again, if and the whole planet was taken away from him. His parents, Jor-El and Laurel, died when he was just a baby. So he really never got to know his parents. He never got to know his Krypton family. He only had Jonathan and Martha Kent, which of course are his family and understand him. And Superman also has to worry about government locking him up. That's why at Clark Kent he puts the glasses on and acts, with a mild mannered Clark Kent, acts clumsy and all that stuff. He has to hide and protect his identity. He has to hide in society, and the humans just, he he can't let people know that he's Superman, that he's an alien. So Clark Kent is for Superman, Clark Kent is the disguise. Superman in his heart is who he really is, but as Clark Kent is a disguise. You know, he can't let the world know who Superman is. Not just for attention, but because he has enemies as well, and governments that would probably want to take him and do experiments on him. So Superman, he does feel like a freak. I think half the time feels like he's just alone in the universe. I think he feels that way half the time, yeah. And he doesn't, Superman, I don't think should ever gloat with his powers, you know. And Superman is not God. He's not a God. You know, like I said, green kryptonite. If you stab him with it, if you made a gun out of green kryptonite, you put in a kryptonite bullet, you shot him, you could you could kill him. Kryptonite could be the end of Superman. Because that's pretty much the only thing that can kill him. Kryptonite. Yeah. Yes, of course, Superman is faster than a speeding bullet. You can't shoot him with a gun, but if you have kryptonite, you can kill him. You know. So he could die too, you know. Because on Krypton, yeah, the Kryptonians are aliens, but they die and live like humans do, you know. I'm sure. Because when they're under the red sun, which, you know, Krypton, and it's also if one of Superman's enemies put the red sun up, Clark, you know, Superman would not have his powers, you know. He'd be just normal. Yeah. Under the red sun, no powers. But Superman, no. He's not perfect, you know. And Man of Steel, he was an inexperienced, so, yeah. You know, no character, not even Superman, is happy and jolly all the time. You know, we like Superman. Okay, yeah, Superman is lighthearted and happy. Yes, I get it. But there's also that side of him that does feel lonely, you know, because he's an alien, you know. And, you know, he can't really tell people who he is. He can't really be himself. He has to pretend to be someone else. He has to put on an act. So, because people would have a hard time accepting him and look at him like he's a freak, you know. But anyway, that's why I love Superman, because he's the all-around good guy. He's good at heart. He's trying to shoot justice the American way. Superman, the way Christopher Reeve played him, Superman is like your best friend, you know. You know, it was like Jimmy Olsen's pal, you know, in the comics. You know, he's the pal you want to hang out with, you know, Superman. He's the guy you want to hang out with. Yeah. And you know, Superman cares about everybody. He cares about saving people. Yeah. But he has a good heart, you know, and he's not perfect, you know. Superman did become evil in Injustice, another video game around the comics. From the comics, I think he did become evil. So, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, even with all his powers, he can't save everybody. And no, flying around the earth, he can't do that. Superman is not allowed to interfere with the human, you know, the world's problems. He can't solve the world's problems. Superman can't do that. He's only here to help save people, to, you know, fight for truth, justice, and the American way. That's what Superman is on Earth for. Not to play God, not to be God, to be God or anything. No. But anyway, that's why I'm a fan of Superman, because I think he's an awesome character. I do like Batman better. Batman's more darker, but Superman is lighthearted. But there can be a lonely side to him as well, and sometimes depressed. You know, because he's not perfect. You know, Superman is not perfect, folks. You know, he's not. Watch Smallville, he's not perfect. Watch Man of Steel, he's not perfect. You know, he makes mistakes too. But that's why I'm a fan of Superman. And that's my history of watching all that stuff. Watching Superman the movie, Superman 3 when I was a kid, some of the anime series, Justice League animated series, watching Smallville when I was in middle school, and then, you know, was I watching Superman 4 one day, which I don't like, and watching Superman Returns. I've seen many stuff. That's just how, you know, Superman 3 was my kind of, I think, introduction to Superman, or, you know, like Superman the anime series, which I don't remember watching, but you know, that's, you know, like the Batman Superman movie, animated film. You know, but that's how I became a fan of Superman. I've always been a fan of Superman. I am, always will be. is an awesome character. I think his powers are cool. I think my favorite power of his would probably be the super strength and the flying. And his heat vision, his freeze breath, and super breath, and he's got super hearing and X-ray vision, which is really cool. But anyway, Superman is an awesome character, and the S, on the symbol, when he does this Superman stance, like Christopher Reeve Superman, he does. Christopher Reeve just pull it off. To me, he is Superman Clark Kent, because he pulled off the role of the characters acting differently with the shoulders. With Superman's shoulders would be like this, and with Clark Kent, it lays back like this. Lois, what are you doing? Or, acting nerdy or clumsy. And then Superman acting straight and say, Miss Lane, I'm here, acting like that. Christopher Reeve, really, to me, he's my favorite Superman actor. He's my favorite. To me, Christopher Reeve is Superman. He is the best, and still is, in my opinion. But anyway, guys, that's all I can say in this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's 45 minutes in. I know it was a bit long, but I want to go a little depth with Superman. But anyway, so to get started with the next video I plan to do, I want to talk about Superman the 1941 cartoon, which is the Fletcher cartoon, 1940s cartoon. I guess the 1940s Fletcher cartoons as well, that's what I'm going to call it, which was 1941 to 1943. It was kind of the first, I think, since Superman was created in 1938, it was the first, pretty much thing that we saw out of Superman. Before it was live action. This is way before George Reeves' time. So, but I'm going to give my thoughts next video. I will be giving, I'm going to call it not review, but my thoughts on the Superman, the 1941, my thoughts on the Superman, the Fletcher cartoons. So, and here will be the thumbnail for that. So, yeah. Which has 17 episodes. Yeah. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my video today of my history with Superman. I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all have a great day, and see you next time in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed my history with Superman. Let me know in the comments down below, are you a fan of Superman? And if you are you a fan of Superman, and who's your favorite Superman actor? And, yeah, just let me know that in the comments down below. I hope you guys look forward to the next video, and I hope you enjoyed this Superman franchise we're going to be doing, so stay tuned for more reviews and stuff. Just depends on the work and stuff, but I will see you on my thoughts on the Fletcher, on the Superman 1941 Fletcher cartoons, which will be the next video. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, y'all. Bye bye. Oh my God, it's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. He's right out there. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye. See you later. Bye.